right, boom.
What's up?
We're here. Oh, shit, I gotta put this down. You hear all the noises in the background. You're gonna hear sirens and shit.
Buses. People.
What's going on, everybody?
What's up?
Welcome to episode 10 of Jump Street.
Episode 10?
Live, 10. We're double digits now.
Dang.
We're big boys.
We're big boys. All right, 10. Welcome, everyone, to episode 10, Jump Street Podcast.
Welcome, everybody. Make sure that you guys can all hear us. I think you should be able to.
We normally have at least one problem an episode, so just let us know our problem this episode.
I think it just happened right now.
Oh.
Did it?
Anyone? Who knows? What could it be?
What the fuck is going on?
There we go.
Right off the bat, this shit. In classic Jump Street fashion, we had a camera failure off the bat, but we should be good now.
Yeah, Austin's a one-man army. Our producer's not here today, a.k.a.
She's late.
Amanda, also
She's
known
late.
as Austin's wife. She's
all right, we're good now.
Yeah.
We're good.
So now it's just Austin taking care of it. So
Welcome again, everybody.
welcome to the show.
Hope everyone's having a good day today.
Yes.
We're having a good day today. Feels like it's been a while since we've been back.
Yeah, it's good to see you, man.
Good to see you, too. I haven't seen you in a while. You've been on the
move. It's been a couple of weeks.
Yeah, you've been on the move.
Yeah, I have. I've been on the move. Yeah, that's one way of putting it, for sure.
Let me officially congratulate you and welcome you and your girlfriend, Corey, to New York.
Thank you.
From L.A. You officially made the move.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
It's not like you haven't been here already for so long.
Right.
But now it's officially home.
Back.
Got the place.
Yes.
Got
the dogs. Got the place and the dogs.
Other.
My significant other.
Yes, we're good to go now.
Yes, it's lovely. Well, I just want to say thanks for having me back. It's great to see you.
Yes.
It's great to be back on the show.
Coming back.
Everyone, thanks for coming and joining us and watching. As usual, I got to do my normal thing in the beginning of every show. My normal spiel. But yeah, please, if you don't already, I'm guessing if you do, if you're watching the show right now, you already do follow us on Instagram.
Yes.
But, tell your friends, post this, spread it around. Facebook, please give us a like. YouTube, subscribe. iTunes, go on there. If you can, give us a 5-star review. Give us a comment. Stitcher, and of course, our Patreon. And we always have the iTunes review of the week.
Yes.
So this week.
Who is it this week?
We have Jake Clark.
Hi-yo.
Hey, Jake Clark. Okay, Jake Clark says, I've been riding BMX my whole life and also bladed for 5 or 6 years before I started my family. I still follow blading and love all my blading brothers here in Iowa. This podcast is the truth, pun intended. I love the feel and the style that Austin and Billy have created. It's awesome to hear the stories from the old days and hear insights into the different pros in blading. Keep up the good work, guys. Well, thank you, Josh Clark.
We appreciate that, Jake.
Seriously, Jake Clark. I said Josh Clark.
Did you?
Yeah.
Out of habit?
Well,
I think
Josh
you said
Clark's,
Jake. Did you say?
No, at the end I said Josh.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, it's Jake Clark.
Okay, Jake Clark. There's an old school blader, Josh Clark, if you don't know.
Yeah.
So
I think I probably did the same thing, too, when I was, typing it out. I probably wrote Josh Clark by accident.
Yeah.
But, Jake, thank you so much, Jake. We have actually a lot of reviews on iTunes now and stuff.
Do we?
So we appreciate that. Yeah, we have 120 or something 5-star reviews and 30-something, 40-something actual written out reviews.
Wow.
It's really good.
Thank you.
So
guys,
that makes us look really good. That makes skating and blading in general look really good.
Seriously.
So every time you guys do that, puts us up a little notch.
We raise the platform.
There you go.
There we go. Thank you, everyone.
And shout out to our Patreon supporter this week. We have Bruce Finley. Thank you so much, Bruce. All of our Patreon supporters, we appreciate very much. We're upping the tiers on them too, where we have shirts up there and stuff now. We're going to add a few more goodies soon, so stay tuned. Keep posted for that.
And we got some more news regarding the Jump Street podcast website.
In the Jump Street world.
Yep, in the Jump Street world. If you guys didn't notice, the past few episodes, we've been showing you some of our merchandise, things we have in the store, shirts, hats, things of that nature. But we just recently came out with a Bladies clothing line. And for the next week, we're taking 10% off orders.
Yes, all orders. So we finally have ladies clothes. Ladies or Bladies.
Can we get it up on the screen?
It is up right now. It's going.
Okay, cool. I can't see it.
Yeah. But so we got the T-shirts and we have tank tops for all you ladies out there. So if you're interested, check it out. And 10% off until the end of the weekend. We're doing that.
Check it out.
10% off only the Bladies clothes. So
it's Christmas time coming up too.
Coming up. Oh, we're gonna have some goodies for Christmas.
Even if your lady isn't a Blady, a Jump Street shirt will still look good on her.
Definitely. You can match.
Yeah.
His and her. Maybe we'll have a Valentine's Day his and her couple package.
Exactly. When you go out to the skate park, your girlfriend supporting you with the Jump Street shirt.
Maybe a little box of chocolate with it.
Maybe.
We're getting that romantic on him. All right, now we're just getting crazy.
Oh, it's okay.
We have this week, we have our WTF of the week.
Yes. Whoa.
Hi-yo. We still need an intro or something for that. We're working on it, guys. We're working on it. So our WTF of the week is none other than Sean Keane.
This is a little old. It's like it didn't come out necessarily this week, but since the past few episodes we missed a couple weeks because the Dominic Bruce one was pre-recorded and the Woodward one was kind of set in how it was.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think this is just like maybe from a week and a half ago or something like that.
Yeah, still sick. The double toe. I'm playing it now. The
Amazing.
double toe. I don't even know what you would call that.
We have to ask Sean what that is. I don't know. I'd call it double toe slide.
Double toe slide?
Or,
That's the nicest double toe slide, the top one I've ever seen.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like that. Sean's always coming up with like new
I was just thinking I can't believe he hasn't had one sooner.
Right?
We're 10 episodes deep. He hasn't had one yet.
First one of him?
Yeah.
I felt like it was the second.
What else did he have?
I don't know. I just feel like he's always doing a WTF.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like he should have had one by now, but I don't think he has.
You know, it's funny. Like Dominic was talking on episode 9, how he was saying like how to find new ways to do the same things or like things that have been traditionally done. I feel like Sean Keane does a really good job of that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
He's always doing like, I don't know how he comes up. I always want to go out and skate with those guys. Yeah. It looks like they're such a fun crew to skate with.
Yeah.
They're always skating some crazy shit like him, Casey Bigazzi, all those guys, the Sac crew.
Yep. Cameron Talbot too.
Yeah, Cameron. Yeah. He had a WTF too, right? The gap over the bowl. Mm-hmm. And also, I should have had...
No, that was Visugi.
Oh, it was Visugi. Yeah. Okay, my bad. I also should have put on the thing. There is a contest going on in the Bay at 3rd and Army. Is that what that spot's called?
Yeah.
2nd Army, 3rd Army?
3rd and Army.
Did you see that?
I didn't see that.
I messaged you about it, but you didn't answer me. You might have been driving or something.
Sorry. I just drove across the country. I just moved from California.
I think ESG is
5 days on the road.
Yeah, ESG is setting up like a contest at 3rd and Army, and it's like, of course.
I did see that.
He saw like the poster.
Yes.
It's like Yvonne with like the Fiesta.
And they got the long jump and stuff.
Yeah, it's like a long jump. It's like the fastest grind. Okay, so I messaged him. I saw like the list that had all like the weird events, whatever, and it had fastest grind on it. And I was like joking. I'm like, what did you like? How are you going to judge that? Like, you have like a speed gun or something? Like, how would you do that? And he sent me a screenshot right away from Amazon. He ordered a speed gun.
No, he didn't.
So they're going to be clocking people going full speed on like whatever their rail or ledge that they're skating.
That sounds like those guys know how to have fun on
I know,
skates.
as I'm saying. He said he's trying to do it a few times a year. So hopefully he end up making it out there, at least one of those.
Those guys know how to have fun skating.
I think hopefully that's a contest that keeps tradition and keeps going through the years, because I would like to see that something like that be fun and just out of like, you know, so original, you know, so different.
I love that idea. That's
great. So cool. Long jump. And the top speed grind.
That's awesome. I
forgot what the other things were on the list. But
they need to get, if they're doing it at 3rd and Army, I think they need to get like a little moped or a little motorcycle in there
for the speed,
for the fast grind, because it's just like a straight.
Well, that might be part of the challenge though, trying to get the speed.
Oh my god.
You're gonna have to find a good balance between big wheels and grindable wheels to hit whatever obstacle. I don't know if they have like.
I'm down with the motorcycle though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Someone in the Bay has to have a motorcycle, right?
Yeah. Oh, that'd be cool.
So check that out this weekend, guys. If you're around in the Bay Area, 3rd and Army. I forget what the contest is called. Sorry, Eric.
Eric, if you're listening, or anyone on the feed.
Of course, it's probably the only episode he's not watching.
Well, good.
Yeah.
That works out well.
So we have a Rob G update this week too. We haven't had one in a while. They put out a message on their GoFundMe page from Tina, and it's been a while because he's been out of the hospital, and you know, I guess that was the main thing. Everybody wanted to know if he was all right and was gonna, you know, make it out, or what his recovery status was, this and that. So they did put out a rather long update, pretty much saying that they reached their goal. Like, well, pretty much that. Let me read most of it off the bat. Rob Angel, this is from Tina, this part. Rob's Angels, you did it. It is with deep gratitude and much excitement that we announce that enough funds were raised to support Rob's recovery. So if I'm looking up at it, I guess the final number, 133,279, which is insane. Each one of you, whether you made it a monetary contribution or sent Rob your love and light, helped make this process of recovery miraculous and swift. And for that, we will be eternally grateful. In true Rob fashion, he continues to heal and push the edges of what we all thought possible, like hiking and long balancing and taking a maiden voyage on Bart. So he's getting around.
It's amazing.
What a true testament to the magical power of community, which is definitely true. I fully agree with that. We are reminded of your beautiful generosity every time we lay our eyes on him. And that's the truth. I still get teary-eyed when talking about how you created numerous possibilities when things seemed altogether impossible. I want to give a special thanks to Lonnie Gallegos, who initiated the campaign on behalf of Rob. At the onset of the wild ride, Lonnie came forward energized to support Rob and our family in a way that he could. Heartfelt thanks to you, Lonnie. So definitely shout out to Lonnie.
Yeah, big shout out to Lonnie.
Because he got that started real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Like the first day we found out that was ready to go fund me, and that already like took off instantly off the bat.
Big shout out to Lonnie.
Yeah, and there's also a message direct from Rob. So directly from Rob. This is straight from Rob. I would like to personally express my gratitude for all the unconditional love and support via my GoFundMe that played a huge role in my being alive today and able to even type this. Every day my life is supported by these acts of unconditional love. Thank you all so much for supporting this life and all that I do. Thank you for every card, prayer, and Facebook message. All of these acts of love continue to aid me in my healing. When I first arrived at the hospital in the Bay Area, I could literally feel all the love coming through from everyone carrying me through each moment of each day. It was and still is one of the most profound experiences of my life. Love really is the most powerful force in the universe, and I truly believe that everything is made of love. And when you choose to love, you are accessing the power and can achieve anything. Thank you for directing that unconditional love in such a beautiful way towards my life. The phases of this particular experience in my life continue to unfold, with each day in more and more beautiful ways as I let go of my judgment of what happened and what is happening. Life just continues to push me to surrender to it, and I trust and love it, to let go of my tendency of pretending that I know why things happen all the time. Because no matter how much time I spend thinking and trying to come to answer as to why certain things happen, in the end, I do not feel any better. And quite often, something else will come to mind to challenge that answer. It is much easier and feels much better to let all the stories go. And so it continues. So that was straight from Rob G right there.
Yeah, that's an awesome message.
Yeah,
so much truth in that. And the insight I'm sure that he has.
Yeah.
He's had nothing but time to think.
Yeah, for real. Straight up, yeah.
And reflect. So and he's been a deep thinker since I've known him. So,
yeah, you can tell from that message too.
Right.
You know exactly the type of if you didn't know Rob before, the type of person he is, and he's pretty much eternally grateful.
It's really uplifting to see him be able to articulate his thoughts like that.
Yeah,
at such an early stage.
Yeah. Just think about stuff like that, right?
So I would imagine Rob is just going to continue to get better and get more and more like him. That's awesome, man. That's really cool to hear.
Yeah, can't wait to hang out with him again. Chill out.
Also, yesterday was the 5-year anniversary of Brandon Negretti passing.
Yeah,
so we wanted to.
Brandon Negretti. I can't believe it's been 5 years already.
Yeah, I know.
Time flies. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But it's been yesterday was 5 years. I
think Robbie Pitts and them are doing a show
yeah. So I have the actual.
It's right around the Blade Cup. I think November 3rd.
November. The Blady Cup is November 2nd and 3rd, and if you haven't, online registration ends October 31st. So get in there and support the Blading Cup. There is no on-site registration, so you have to do it online. So October 31st is the deadline. It's the 2nd and 3rd. The 2nd, they are at night. They are doing the Negretti thing, I believe. Blade in Cinema presents an evening commemorating the life, work, and influence of legendary rollerblade filmmaker Brandon Negretti. Hosted by the Frida Cinema, the event will feature screenings of select video parts from Negretti's filmography with commentary provided by friends, cast members, and more. So that's Robbie, I guess, doing that?
Yep, Robbie's doing that.
So Rob's putting that together. That's probably going to be a really cool, fun night, reminiscing on all, good times.
Yeah.
All the footage captured.
Oh, yeah. He touched a lot of people.
Yeah, definitely.
He really brought a lot of people who are still friends today to be friends. I know he made such an impact on everyone's life. So, yeah, it was pretty.
Do you have a favorite Negretti video or anything like that? Anything comes to mind?
I really like the Meantime.
Meantime was really good.
That's the one. That's the vibe right there.
That is good. The thing I liked about his videos, they're all very homey style videos, which is what I like too. That's what I try to do when we did the truth videos. Is try to homey, clicky, which is good and bad sometimes. But I think he always did it in such a good, fun way.
He did it in a good way.
My favorite video of his was Us, which you could tell in the name alone. That's such a cool homey video.
Yeah.
And it's just it makes you feel good. It just makes you feel good. It just reminds you of why you started skating in the first place.
I really liked Regardless too.
Yeah, Regardless. Damn, so many good ones.
Regardless was when it started. you know, people were starting to get into like the heavier music.
Yeah, yeah.
And then like people
more
were,
raw, like trashy kind of
right.
style.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But which was, I think, a cool place to explore. You know that, and you saw a lot of good come out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I liked that.
Do you know what's going on with Mike Elias?
I only know what I know secondhand and from his Instagram directly, but
right.
from what I know, he has a shop in Portland where he does leather work, and he has a little team of people that work for him, right? And makes jackets and things like that,
right?
And he had a party there. It was an open bar. He had other bands. Like, he's a musician. He's in a band. He knows other musicians in town. So he had like a free party at his place with, you know, free booze, free music, and people just hanging out. So he did a really good thing making that. And from what I know, it was, you know, everyone's leaving. It was the end. He's closing everything up. And he went to leave the shop, and two guys came and tried to rob the shop.
Oh, shit. That's what happened.
He ended up fighting with them, and they swung a hatchet at his head.
Oh, damn.
And he had you know, his wife was there. Something happened. There was a fight. I don't know the specifics.
Right.
But he was hit in the head with a hatchet. He went to the hospital. He was in the ICU for a day and then released, which is a good sign.
Right.
He, I think they had to shave half of his head off. Like, I mean, his hair on his head off. And, he put a few posts up that said if it wasn't for his wife, he wouldn't be alive. If it wasn't for the hat he was wearing, I guess he had like a thick leather hat, something along those lines, or hide something. I'm not sure. And whatever. And he's very lucky. Yeah. And so it looks like he's going to make a full recovery. And he's got the support. Thing, but
at least he's
got the support of a lot of people.
Yeah. So there's a GoFundMe for that too.
The link is in my bio and on Instagram, Homie Bill.
Yeah, it's around. Check out Fisher's thing, Homie Bill.
Yeah, Mike Elias is a legend in skating. I've known him for about 20 years.
Damn, that long, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever actually personally met him.
Yeah, I mean, me and Mike used to go to Philly when we were around 15, and skate with like Majet and Mike, and it was actually it was even before I was skating with the Kelsos in Philly. So it was, that crew down there, Malik. Stuff like that. Yeah. So, yeah. But,
check out his GoFundMe if you're feeling generous, able to help out a fellow blader.
Yep.
Check it out. I'll put the link in the description of the actual
episode.
Post. Yeah, upload. I'll put the link there because it's not in this one. I should have done that before, but yeah.
Mike Elias is a legend.
Yep.
VG20 part as well.
VG 19.
Right.
But also check out Mike Torres just put out a VOD with Alex Brosco. Seconds, yeah. Did you see it or no?
No.
You've been super busy. You haven't done anything.
Well, because I don't have internet at my house yet.
Oh, yeah.
I get it on Saturday. I just moved in.
So Saturday I watch it. But
Saturday I watch it, or I might after this episode. Have you ordered it?
Yeah, I have it.
Okay, we'll watch it.
Yeah, we should have watched it before.
Okay, cool. But, I'll order it again, Mike. Don't worry. I just gotta wait till I get internet.
Yeah, but one thing I definitely appreciate is our pieces that are put together really well, and Torres does a really good job of doing that. Of course, with Alex's skating, it just meshes up really well together. Yeah. Crazy skating, put together extremely well. They have different tiers also. They have like a magazine they made out too with Sean Engler and Christian Delfino's photos in it as well. Yeah. If you want to get that little keepsake, because it's nice to actually hold something these days rather than just watching something online, whatever it is. Really good VOD. Check it out. Maybe soon we'll get some words from Torres. I know he's busy right now, but everyone check that out. Seconds VOD. Cool. I want to see it. Yeah. I'm sure it's amazing. But Alex never disappoints. No, of course not. No. Speaking of kind of, like I said, videos that more or less, I just appreciate like the quality, like the time of work put into like a nice production, especially me because I'm like a video guy, a photo guy. Yeah. Like the thing I wanted to talk about for so long was the Burma video. Blading Burma was called, whatever that. I showed you that by Dom West. So that's another really VOD good. Out. If you haven't seen that already, check that out. By Dom West in Australia. Everything he does is sick. Yeah, everything he does is super sick. He puts in such top-notch quality. It's like so good. I think it's a 4K release too, so it's super. It's nice to watch on like a big screen TV or something like that, rather than just your phone. Man, we got to go to Australia. Yeah, yo, you never been, right? No. It's so sick. I had like one of the best blading experiences of my life in Australia, specifically in Sydney. Melbourne was sick too, but Sydney, Sydney seems to be where like a lot of the friends we know are. Yo, it's I always explain it to people. Like, it just reminds, especially like you too. Like, it reminds us of growing up skating in the city. They just like
skate spot to spot.
Skate spot to spot. They mesh around. They go like at night when like obviously like you skate downtown when stuff's closed. Bring a boombox, whatever. Like they're bringing beers around everywhere, and they're just like pretty much having like clean fun. They're just like. I mean, aside from the beers, I guess, but just skating around.
I mean, they're over 21 now.
Yeah.
Well,
they're all. It's very, very homey. Like I said, the whole homey vibe. It's just everyone's like supporting each other.
Down there anyway, so.
Yeah, it could probably is. Yeah, anything like that. I don't even know. It might be legal. Who knows? I don't know. Something like that. If it's anything like Europe. Yeah, but it is. It's like just skating spot to spot. Like Dom's got the camera, whoever has the camera, and it's just like, a 6 sessions popping off because there's like 10 kids skating all the time. It's not just like 1 or 2 people. Yeah. And he gets the camera out and they film some sick shit. And if you actually pay attention to like Vine Street and stuff like that, that's like what it is. It's like, it's not like, yo, Dom, I want to get this clip, come out, and then they go film that and call it a day. Like, no, it's a session. They're like, okay, we're skating Wednesday, let's go. And they just out, spot to spot.
You know what? This is a good segue, man. Since we're doing just ourselves on the cast.
Yeah.
What was the Australia trip like? Like, who'd you go with?
So we went, the Australia trip, I mean, that personally was like really cool to me because that was when I officially quit my like full-time job, whatever it was like that. I was like working at a tire shop at Costco. And I decided to leave to, like pursue like photography and start my own business, whatever it is.
Right.
And I was like...
Very liberating experience.
It worked out in the way where we had this trip planned. We always go somewhere in the winter time.
How did you quit? Did you quit like...
No, I didn't quit like a badass.
like Jim Brewer from Half Baked?
No. It was regular quitting, but...
Put your 2 weeks in?
Yeah, I put my 2 weeks in. Just the last day I didn't do shit, though. I just like sat there. And everyone... It's funny because I worked in a tire shop. It wasn't like a regular job. Like, it was just like a bunch of guys fucking around pretty much for the most part. So like everyone knew, like I guess they didn't expect me to do work. Which, like, I don't mind. I'm like, I stand up to, like, my honor or whatever it is. Like, I'll put in the work, But they didn't expect me to do anything, so I didn't do much. And then eventually my supervisor was like, just go home. I'm like, all right, cool, thanks. See you later. But, yeah, so, like, probably a few days, maybe a week later, we did this trip to Australia. There's a video for it, too. I'll link it in the description below also. We call it the Lost Dingo store because we ended up having a layover in Dubai, and we skated Dubai for a little bit, which was incredible. It was me, Justin Brosco, Alex Carianis, and Thomas Martin.
Okay.
So we usually travel with like a bigger crew, but of course for a trip.
Thomas Martin.
Yeah. I was upset he wasn't at Woodward.
Oh, was he supposed to go?
I don't know, but I think he usually goes when like Long and the Oak City guys go, but he apparently has like a new job and has to be an adult and stuff like that.
Damn.
Yeah, that might have been the last time I seen Thomas actually. That was like 2 or 3 years ago. And we ended up going.
He's so good.
Yeah, he's really good. He skates he's a unique guy too.
Very unique, yeah.
And you could tell that from his skating too. Like I said, I'll post the link in the description when we post the YouTube video. But yeah, we did a few days in Dubai, which is also unreal. Like anybody who has a chance to skate, like just to go there in general is cool, but skating in Dubai especially and Abu Dhabi is really unique.
Was it a bust, or are you thinking?
No, but that's what it's so sick about it. Like I don't think we got kicked out of any spots, and it was like I know people have skated there before. It's not a big thing, but everywhere you go, if you're in the city, whatever it may be, it's like regular civilians act like they've never seen it before, and you get crowds of people around you no matter where you go. And it's all these, like locals who may not even speak English, whatever.
Right.
And they're very hospitable people. Like it was 90 plus degrees when we were skating. We were sweating our asses off. People were like giving us drinks and waters and stuff like that in the street. And like, it was really cool.
Really friendly people.
Real super, like some of the nicest people I ever met in my life out there in the UAE. And the spots are unreal. There's like marble all over the place because, they got the money for it. So all these ledges are just marble. Not chunked. Like I said, like I don't know if skateboarders and bikers and skaters don't go there, but all the ledges are like fresh.
Perfect.
So many spots all over the place. It wasn't really a bust anywhere.
Wow.
And yeah, it was great. We did like a little layover there for like 4 or 5 days, something like that, before we went to Australia. But I definitely want to go back to Australia. We should definitely try to somehow plan that in a way or two. But like I've been meaning to go back, and like I said, the crew is very, very homey style. CJ. Ryan Arnold, Craig, Tien, all those guys always shredding together. It's super sick, their crew. Like sometimes like there's nothing I wish I could do more than just be back down there and skating with them again. Even skating the Bondi Park. And they have mad OGs there too that skate. Yeah. I skated with like Scotty Crawford. Pincus was there.
Dude, he's going to the Blade Cup.
Yeah, I'm so pissed. He hit me up like about it too, or us on the Jump Street thing about it. He's like, hopefully I see you guys at Blading Cup. And I'm like, damn, that would have been sick to
Yeah,
maybe even do an episode with him or something like that.
We were thinking about going to the Blading Cup and get an episode in there.
It's tough for you.
But, you know, it just comes at a bad time. Like, I think you're doing a wedding, right?
Yeah, I have a wedding in Mexico that weekend.
Right? Okay,
that I booked like months ago.
Right.
So like,
you're doing a wedding in Mexico. I was entertaining the idea, but like I said, I just did a cross-country move. My stuff's in transit right now, and
it's only like a couple weeks away, so it's hard to like. You just moved back. Like,
yeah, I
gotta go back
I have to
LA.
settle in a little bit. Yeah, but we're gonna try to make next year's one. But a lot of people are going. Scotty Crawford. Yeah, Craig is going.
Yeah,
and I'm bummed because I've never met Craig.
Yeah,
but
so what do you know about Craig then? He just like talks to you on like Instagram
just
and
like
stuff
buddies
like
online.
Yeah,
you know,
Craig is the man too. He was like one of those guys where I think we started off the trip with like a camping weekend trip, and there was no skating involved. It was just people hanging out. So I think one of my first introductions to the Sydney crew was not even skating, just straight going on a camping trip for the weekend. And so I was hanging out with all these guys I almost like never met before. I think CJ might have been the only person on that trip who I knew. And Craig was like, he was kind of like a quiet dude, I guess, compared to the other guys. He's like a little more quiet and reserved. Yeah. But he started skating, and I was like, oh shit! Like, yeah, no, all those guys are so good. Like Dom West, like you don't see him skate much, but every time he's one of my favorite skaters down there. Really, you never see him skate too because he's always behind the camera, and he's really
like an
good.
Avon.
Yeah, he's like an Avon, exactly what it is. Yeah, he's super good. So
like you rarely see Avon like doing it, but when he does it, it's just like nutty.
So that's like one of those rare things, I guess, if you get to like skate with that crew or skate in Sydney, you'll get to see Dom skate because you'll probably never usually get to see him skate anywhere else. Yeah. And yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, I love all his work. It's amazing.
Yeah, so good. So that Blading Burma video was like blew me away. It's top-notch production, and it really goes into kind of like a place where you never expect people to skate or there be a scene at all. And there's all these hidden pockets of like skate parks, little skate cliques, skate crews and stuff like that. Just the whole aspect of that there's people you wouldn't expect to see skating, and they have this whole crew and the extent they're going to like make those parks. Yeah. Because most of them are in some way or fashion like a DIY park. What are your thoughts on the Blading Burma thing? Because I showed you that. I like almost had a force to show you that because I just wanted someone to talk about that with. It was so sick.
Well, I just like those non-traditional ideas.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, for example, like even just in terms of like the contest, the Eric Garcia thing you were talking about. Like
yeah.
The long jump, the fast run. Like, right. I just like those, not carbon copy ideas to do. Like, so I really like that. And not only like was the idea in the video, it was well shot, it was well done. Like the idea is very unique. I haven't seen anything like that before. But the message behind it and like the what they were achieving with it and like I don't know the guy's name, the guy who moved there from Australia.
Yeah, I don't remember his name too. I guess he was one of their homies in Australia.
Yeah, sorry, I don't have a great memory.
So everyone check that out. It's Blading Burma by Dom West, another VOD. Right. Definitely put your money where the money is going to be spent well. And as long as you support Dom, hopefully he keeps bringing these videos.
But I would say, if I could say anything like to Dom or anything like that, I would just keep encouraging videos in that direction. Yeah. Things that aren't just like, skater section part, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though that's
very
great.
Documentary style.
Even though that's great, just like keep on spreading out, like, get creative, take risks.
And that's the thing too. It was like, even though like Joe Atkinson and Gav and Matt Henneman or whatever was there. Yeah. It wasn't about the crazy tricks. It was more the story, which was a very unique story. Yeah. And that's what brings you in. And the characters, the interesting people in the community. Right. And it's very inspiring to see. And I encourage everyone to watch that because, like I said, it'll rekindle whatever you have, whatever love you have for the sport. And it really motivates you to go out and skate or to do what all these people are doing to support, bringing all the kids on blades and all the stuff like that, all the camps and this and that. It really inspires you to be more involved in some way. I think it's also something good to show to people, your friends who don't skate. Oh, of course, yeah. Because it's one of those crossover like videos and films that just like, that has a deeper message. Mm-hmm. More than the skating is not the highlight. It's just like this kind of like casual medium, just like going through the video, but it's not the message of the video or the purpose of the video. So there's so much more, you can get so much more out of it than the skating. It's just a good like skate, well-made thing. Right. Definitely. So
Check
I've
that
been wanting
out.
to talk about that for a while.
And shout out to Dom West and just
definitely.
Yeah, we're definitely.
I'm looking forward to the next piece.
Digging everything you do on this end.
I'm happy to. What's that? The Fry meme from Back to the Future. Take my money. Every time he puts out something, I was like, take my money.
Totally.
It's got his name on it, and fully support them.
So you just mentioned actually how you quit your job, your full-time job, which I'm sure is a very liberating feeling.
Yeah, definitely.
To first you take a skate trip, which is like the best way.
That's what I was saying.
That's the best way to quit a job.
It just worked out that way, but it happened to be like I remember. I think my caption to like whatever my first post was, whatever after that, like celebrating my newfound employment with like a trip around the world or something like that, and it was
that's cool.
Dubai, Australia skate trip for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, something like that, and then coming back home, and then getting back to grinding and. Getting my life together and all that.
Especially after a trip like that, it costs a few bucks.
It was super sick.
Yeah. But, so I guess we see a lot of people do this, and might be a straightforward answer, but, a lot of people go from filming skating to making film go as a career, a job, like, you do it.
Yeah.
Yvonne does it.
Yeah, Vinny. Yeah.
Right? And Connor O'Brien and these guys. So what's the deal? You want grow on that?
Grow on that?
Yeah. When did you get into filming? When did you? I mean, I know it was skating, but when did you say this is the thing? I guess I
just ended up being the guy who with the camera in the crew for whatever reason it is. I don't remember the particular reason exactly, but you always want to watch yourself skate, I guess, and film your friends, whatever.
Right.
With like the VHS cameras or 8mm high 8s and stuff like that. And I remember taking like my dad's 35mm camera. He showed me how to use it. So I started taking, photos of us skating and stuff like that. And, it just naturally grows on that. You start learning how to you watch a skate video. I watch like a VG10 or something like that. I'm like, I want to make one of those,
Yeah.
Go out and start doing it. And it just works from there. You just, I don't know, just the feeling of capturing and documenting like what it is you love to do and yourself, especially growing up over the years. Like I always tell people that also, like from me being able to film us, or not even just me, but just in general, whoever it is in your crew who films you or takes pictures of you guys skating, you have your lives documented from all this time. Usually people, if you say you're a regular kid growing up, you play basketball, whatever it is, you're not going to film yourself playing ball. You're not going to... just whatever you're doing, you're not going to document that pretty much. But skating is an excuse, kind of, quote unquote, excuse to do that. So it's cool being able to watch all these videos from different stages of your life, and you look back at it and you're saying, wow, I remember that time in my life. This was going on, this and that. Most people don't have that, especially now. It might be a little different because of, everyone has a cell phone in their pocket with a camera and whatever. Everyone's posting to the internet every 10 times a day.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like that when we were growing up in like the 90s and stuff like that.
Yeah, you were totally like one of the few people with the camera.
Yeah. So it's cool to have that aspect to it. It's very pure, very true, because even though we have the skate videos and stuff like that, somewhere I still have all like the raw footage where it's
Do you have all that raw footage?
Most of it, yeah. Somehow, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I had a hard drive that crashed a few years ago that had a lot of it. But I still have a DVD somewhere, or 1 or 2 DVDs that I got. They were VHS and I got converted, when obviously I didn't have a VCR anymore, whatever it is. So I still have that stuff somewhere, and it's cool just to watch once in a while, Like I said, it's very pure, and it's just kids having fun. We weren't going out to film hammers and stunts and stuff like that. We were going skating and just filming us doing, some of it wasn't even skating. We would just mess around being kids, lighting shit on fire or whatever it was, doing all the stupid stuff that kids do. And somehow that sprouted to my career now.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't
was
I
there
don't
a
know,
point?
like, the transition.
Was there a point when you were like, I could...
See, that was the thing. Like, I remember getting into... It's a way of like how do you make money from it now.
Right.
And it's not impossible to do that by any means, but it's you got to find your niche, whatever it is. And it obviously comes to the point where you're not going to make the money skating, shooting, even though we were making a few bucks, getting photos in magazines. Well, I'm saying from a photography and video standpoint, it's like hard unless you now make the VODs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just translated into like weddings. It's like easy money to make. And I was able to sustain my life at that point doing weddings, working just a few days a week, the weekends, whatever it is, works out because now you start having the time to do what you want to do. And for me, when I quit my job, my priority in life was happiness. Straight up. Like, I didn't care how much money I was able to make. As long as I was able to live and be happy, that's all I wanted.
That's key.
Yeah. So even I wasn't getting like a pay cut of any kind from leaving my other job, but even I was willing to make that sacrifice just to be happy again. I wanted my free time because I was working 2 or 3 jobs at one point.
Yeah.
So I was working like 60 plus hours a week for a few months. Yeah, when me and Amanda first started dating, it was like
60.
Yeah, when me and Amanda first started dating, I was like, she's like, let's hang out. I'm like, I'll see you in like 3 months.
Yeah, I'll be free in about 3 months.
I literally said that, and then
I could pen you in for October.
Yeah, and the first like few dates that we had, every single night I fell asleep. No matter what we did, we would go back to her place, my place. 100% of the time,
Dude,
I always fell asleep.
They hate that.
Yeah, well, that's what I did, and now we're married somehow, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But I was tired of that, and happiness comes first. You want to live a long, prosperous life. You got to be happy. You can't be stressed out. You can't. You don't want to work.
You don't want to work so hard and like get no free time till you're 50.
Yeah, exactly.
You need to enjoy some of your younger years.
I wasn't able to skate for weeks at a time, which was killing me also because I love skating.
Yeah,
it's my exercise. It's like my stress reliever. My all this stuff.
Meditation.
Exactly, all that. It changes your whole feeling every day. So
it's a balance.
Yeah, we'll go weeks without skating from that. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. And you take the leap. Hopefully it works. It worked out for me. It's one of those things too where once you get to that point, you have no choice but to succeed.
Right,
otherwise,
exactly.
failure is not an option. You just keep going.
That's what's cool about making those like serious decisions, because once you make that decision, it's like, oh, now we have to make it work.
Yeah,
you can't
exactly.
be like the other when you're like just tipping your toe in the water there.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, is it? It's you could procrastinate and waste so much time, but just like making the jump, it's like now we got to
sometimes
hustle.
you have to
now we got to go get
sometimes
it.
you just have to make that jump,
and it's one of the most motivating things that there is, I think.
Course, yeah.
Because now you're in a situation where you have to.
You're in a situation kind of like that too.
Yeah.
So
I totally am,
and it's better working for the man.
Yeah, I mean totally. I mean I just well, yeah, the last job I had like a boss that I just didn't think he was a great guy.
Yeah.
And his situation, he's just kind of just like be like a real degrading boss who would talk down and just be like real shitty.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of a better word to describe it. Shitty's perfect. Yeah. But after him, I was like, I don't think I want a traditional job or boss again, because I'd rather be dead.
Yeah. Even if you love your job,
then get spoken to like that.
Even if you somehow love your job, even if you work for someone you hate, that just changes everything.
No, it's the thing. I liked my job.
Yeah.
But my boss had to go out of his way to make it shitty for everyone, and I was just like, I'd rather not exist than deal with this. So let me quit and figure out another way to deal with that. Maybe that's extreme, the not existing part. But I was like, this is a lot. It was just so, like you said, you deal with the daily stress every day. And if you're stressed out like that on a regular basis, it's like you're not getting the most out of life. And
exactly.
And so for that purpose, I don't say I think I'd rather not exist, but I was like, I think I'd rather be on the street than work for this kind of person.
Right.
So, that's really motivating force.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So definitely do whatever you can to be happy. I try to get skating in as much in my life as possible.
That's key.
And I have been doing it at least. Now it seems like the hard part is to get my schedule to match with everyone else's. But aside from that, I'm happy to get like my 2 days a week in skating, which is more than I was doing for a few years.
2 days a week, dude. I'm stoked if I get 1 day a week.
See, if I could skate by myself, which I can't do, I'm not one of those people. If I could, I can't. I've tried like once or twice. I did it over the winter because we have no indoor skate parks anymore, and I'm not like a winter guy. I hate the cold weather. But the first day it hit like 40, upper 40s, lower 50s, something like that. I went to the park by myself. There happened to be another kid there randomly, but I just it was like 3 months without skating because of the winter and the shitty weather and all the blizzards we got. So I was like, I tried it then, but I can't do it like consistently. It's not motivating to me.
Yeah.
You skate by yourself?
I can do it. Yeah, I like it.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
But it's a different experience because it's not the same skating. Like, okay, you're skating with a friend. You're like you're skating harder for real. Like when you're skating by yourself, you're just literally enjoying a skate. Like you're enjoying a back royale or a top sole.
Exactly.
Or like you keep it really simple. Like but you're just moving. You're jumping around. You're doing I'll skate by myself. I don't do it as long when I skate because I'm like maybe 30 minutes to an hour. I'll skate and I'll be like, okay, cool, that's it. But no, I like doing that actually. I did. I think I sent you a picture not too long ago. I was at Tottenville, skated by myself.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah.
I went to the graveyard maybe a week before I left, and I skated by myself.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So things like that. You know, just like when I can in between work or something.
I almost
like
want to train myself to be able to skate by myself, just so I could enjoy those moments, because I'm not motivated at all to do that.
Start
nowadays.
on a mini with some music in the headphones, and then it should be good.
I could maybe skate a mini by myself.
Mini by yourself.
There's no
is fine.
minis by us per se. Bayonne is a little one, maybe.
That's a
Cement
problem.
one. Yeah, I mean the Graveyard is my local spot. By the way, we have a spot in Staten Island. We call it the Graveyard, and it's pretty much it's like where P-rails go to die.
Yeah.
Like ramps and stuff. I gotta post a picture of it.
Well, what it was the LES skate park under the Manhattan Bridge.
Well, it started off as an actual skate park. There was like actual ramps and stuff like that. I don't know if they lost funding, they didn't manage the ramps. A hurricane might have taken it out because it's by the beach, but they took them out.
That's what happened.
A hurricane might have came and taken it out because it's by the beach, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they replaced it with legit like 30 P-rails.
Garbage from other skate parks.
And garbage from other skate parks. Other skate parks that they renovated, they put the old ramps and ledges and stuff in that park. So it's literally a slab of cement fenced off with a bunch of P-rails. So we call it the Graveyard because that's like where rails and old ramps and stuff go to die.
But
so
to be honest, like that place is
there. It's fun now.
That place is like amazing for skateboarding.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but they never go there anymore either. I guess because Faber's there, we have a different park, but I'm enjoying that a lot now. I think it took me so many years because I was in such denial. I hated the fact so much that we ended up with that park. Yeah. That it was there in the first place. That I just never went back there.
You just had like a personal ban against it.
Yeah. Every time I went there, I was like, I'm not. No. But yeah, been having a lot of fun there, and it's close to my house now, so I could go there.
Yeah. You know, actually,
I'm not mad.
Our friend Chad Caroselli, whoever knows Chad, shout out Chad once again. But when I went there with him one time, and he showed me how to make that place fun because he was just like. I think I was feeling the same way as you. Like I was like, oh, there's no transition or anything, and he was just like skating one of the ledges, just like he was skating like a perfect ledge at a spot. Like if one of those things was at like a school,
you would
just one, you'd be like, yo, this is amazing. But it's like all these little things that are kind of could be cool, or they're just all right. You know? But it's like a fun little ledge. There it is. Just something you could enjoy.
And I'm bad at skating small stuff too. I'm never like the tap dancing kind of guy, or like.
Well,
I don't have quick ninja feet. Yeah, it's hard, I guess. I'm not. I don't have the agility like that. Like I'm not like a Sean Kelso or Colin Kelso kind of guy. So I kind of like challenging myself at a place like that rather than skating like a big ledge rail ramp or whatever it may be. And I'm having a lot of fun doing stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm starting.
We missed you at the session today.
Yeah.
Next time.
Yeah, I'm starting to. I've had a few injuries lately. So I haven't been able to skate, unfortunately.
You gotta get back into the swing of moving your body around.
Yeah, it's been...
And not moving.
And sitting in the car for like 5 days. Yeah, it's been crazy.
We kind of asked for questions from the internets, Facebook and Instagram, stuff like that. We have a few questions from our viewers. Dave... McNamara, please tell us how to say your name. I've actually been wondering how to pronounce your name for years.
I think it's... See, I'm trying to figure out if it's an Irish name or Japanese. It's Irish.
It's
right?
Irish?
Yeah. So I should know it.
Okay, so there you go.
It's McNamara, I think. So if anyone's out there, Dan O'Gorman, correct me.
Have you met Dave before?
Huh?
Have you met Dave before?
No.
Me neither. I've been talking to Dave for like 10, 12 years, and I never met him. Hopefully I get to meet him at Winter Clash this year or something like that.
At the Winter Clash?
As the Winter Clash.
Oh, hopefully you could see him as the After Clash.
Maybe it's the After Clash.
It's the After Clash. It's such a good time.
So he has 2 questions for you, 2 questions for me.
Okay.
First question for you was, you were pretty critical of USD when you left the team and said, quote, they didn't care about blading, end quote, in your one interview. What's the deal with your anniversary USD Aeon? We have never seen you writing them.
Damn.
I typed this out and I didn't even pay attention to what I was typing because I was in such a rush to set this up. That's funny.
This is real.
We have never seen you writing them. Yeah,
that's real. True. First of all, I appreciate the straightforwardness of this question because I like being questioned like this.
Keeps it real.
Okay, yeah. I was critical of USD when I left the team. With respect to the owner, who I have a high amount of respect for, Matthias Knoll, I'll just be honest. I got nothing, and that's the beauty of this show. I'm not sponsored by shit, and
you're not tied to anybody.
I don't gotta say. I do have respect for people, so I'm not gonna get too nuts. But I will say, there was a point when we were as the main pros on the team, putting forth a lot of our input into ideas that we thought could be better for the marketing of the company and better branding for the company, and things that I think would overall not only be more beneficial for the brand, but skating in general, because USD was such a big company with so many resources that I felt like them and Razors had a, maybe I put too much on them, but I felt like they had a responsibility to kind of make our thing look good, you know, and that was like our role. And so kind of make our thing look good, reinvest in the future for the youth and things like that. And you know what, I will say they did sponsor a few of my events, and but the issue that I personally had, and I think a few other guys, is we used to put our advice forward as the people who are the experts in this field, you know, the pro bladers, the people who are out there skating, and they used to kind of not listen to what we said and just be like, okay, whatever, to what we said, and listen to like people who were, you know, running their sales or their team managers, or who weren't as involved or didn't in the know of what was happening or on the cutting edge of what was happening in blading, and they had more say so than like a lot of the people who were like veteran pros or people who were putting in a lot of the work traveling and skating. And you know, look, touring is great, it's amazing, it really is, but you know, you're out there like 20 something days, you're sleeping on floors, you're falling a lot, you're constantly hurt. You're not really getting the right nutrition for your body.
Per diems aren't up there.
You don't have money. And so it's great like seeing the world, but you're seeing them under these really unique circumstances. Like it's not like a trip like you're taking, like you're 2 weeks off vacation, you're staying at some nice hotel. It was different. So you are putting in your work, even though it is lovely and all these other things, but I feel like despite the work and the things we put forth, that we really didn't have a voice in the company. And, you know, I had many different reasons to believe why that was so, but I think one of the main reasons was because I felt like we didn't have respect as aggressive, and maybe we didn't deserve it because maybe we were immature, but I feel like we weren't respected for our voice. We weren't respected. So I was like, this is frustrating. I want to be involved in a company where I could, you know, put forth my ideas and have those ideas like be honest to who I am, and something that I don't think is corny and something that I don't think should be created by someone else who really hasn't been involved or as involved in skating. So that was my criticism there.
It's easy because you're the guys out there putting the blood, sweat, and tears into it, and then when you're not taken seriously by, you know, whoever's cutting your check every month, you know, it's frustrating.
Now, at the same time, I'm older now, and I could look back and say, well, they got a business to run, and aggressive is a small part of that business. And they have this whole other thing that they got to worry about, rec speed, whatever the case may be. But that was also kind of my qualm. Now, I don't know if that's really necessary, that you need a separation of church and state like that. You know, you could all be under one umbrella. But I think that it was such a small priority on their list that it wasn't taken serious. And because this aspect of skating is what I fell in love with, and this aspect of skating is what I cared so much about, I wanted to be a part of something that was more... You want to
be more involved than you were able to
just you know, be more involved in that way. So
you guys all did. I remember I was there for a lot of those conversations with you and all like other people on USD. And everybody was in the same boat. Everyone was just trying to. When you're that like involved, you want to be, you know, you're dedicated. You want as much as you can, as much power as you can. Maybe just to get things going in a certain direction. And you're out there on like the front line. You know, you actually see the fans at every tour stop that you guys go to, every demo you guys do, and you know, you're the face of the company pretty much for the most part.
Exactly. So it was those things, and as far as I knew, I don't know if we were prima donnas or not, but I knew I knew a lot of people on the team were also felt like they didn't have a voice or a say in how their own stuff would be marketed, you know. And I know that, like, you know, imagine you skate so long to get to a point where you become a pro, and you be like, okay, now I have this vision of how I want things to look and be, and they're like, no, that's not really a good idea. We're gonna listen to Mikey, who does sales over here, and it's like, that's a little off, and I want to be careful with what I'm saying here, because I don't want to disparage anyone on the team or anyone that works there, because I really have the utmost. Actually, I really have a ton of respect for Matthias.
Like nowadays,
and they did just give me a new skate. And
so what was the deal with that?
Okay, so the new skate, They reached out to me and were like, "Hey, we're doing a 20-year anniversary skate, and we're gonna make 1,000 pro skates of Aeons, and they're gonna be Carlos, Albert, it was Carlos, Albert, Richard, and me." And I was like, "Great!" And they were like, "Yeah, I don't even think it was 1,000. I think it was like 250 or something
Each?
like that. Yeah, it was. It was.
Oh, that's really small.
It was like either 250 or 500. It wasn't much.
Still.
It was a small amount. Okay.
Right.
So, and look, a lot of people love those skates and they kill those skates. And I was excited to try them. And then when I got them, I got them and they were really tight on my foot. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting fatter or wider in my feet area. I don't know. But it was like, it hurt so bad for me. That's it. It just hurt really bad. And I was like, maybe that's just today. And then I walked around the liners one day, tried to like break it. I put them back in my skates. I skated them the next day, and I was like, I can't. That's it. And then I was just like, I can't skate them. And then Justin Brosco was like, "Oh, dude, you got those skates? You got those skates?" I was like, "Sure." And I was like, "Give me your address." And I just sent it to him for free because he's a pal. It was just his birthday, and he skates USD for USD, right? Like and I was like, well, shit, I'd rather give it to him, someone who's actually going to use it and represent, and they wouldn't mind. They probably would have gave it to him for free anyway. And I decided not to be like, oh, I'm not skating because X, Y, and Z. I actually wanted to put out an edit, but like literally they hurt my feet. Yeah, and that's just my feet. Yeah. Some other people are ripping those skates and they kill them. It's just like I just went back to the skate that felt.
So you didn't even really get to give him a chance, kind of.
No, I did. I 2 times is a chance for me.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Like full sessions though, like
no full. Dude, I was out with like all the homies trying to skate, and I started at the mini ramp. That's the best place to break in skates.
Street.
Dude, it was painful. Like it was just straight.
I put on skates like that as well.
And then I was like, look, I'm 34 years old. I'm not at the point where I'm like, all right, cool. Let me try to just get through this for the next month or two. No, dude, like I'm not a pro anymore. I'm not sponsored. Like I just like what I like, and that's that. And no disrespect, because I really like every person over there, and it's all good. Like, but it's just
that's good. It's all love.
That's it.
Are you guys getting royalties off these skates?
Yeah, we got paid for those. Yeah, it was
not like it was a normal pro skate.
Yeah, I made $1,000.
Okay, cool.
And you know what was cool, because they sent it right before Christmas last year,
Oh, damn, that was that long ago. Damn, it's been out for that long.
Yeah, I got it just before Christmas. Yeah.
Damn. That's pretty cool. I remember I had no idea that was happening, and I saw that come out. I was like, oh shit, Fish got a pro skate again.
Yeah.
I'm like, I thought you were retired.
And I think it looks great, and I think they did a good job, and I very much appreciate it. And I told them thank you, and it meant the world to me. I'm sorry I couldn't have put out an edit, but I think they sold anyway. So
if you do want to see an edit, check out Mr. Ennen's edit of your pro skate. He killed it in those skates.
He killed it. That's what I'm saying.
Homage to your ego section too. Or just your skating in general, I guess. But
yeah, I thought that was cool.
That was really cool. If you guys haven't checked that out, he has an edit. I guess it's just like his Billy O'Neill pro skate Aeon edit, whatever. But he skates to the Big Pun song and does like all your tricks the way you do them too. Yeah. I think he did like cross grab torques. Yeah, the cross torque, disaster true top horns, rocket 540s. It really shows the dynamics of his skills as a skater, which I liked about that. I didn't notice that. The first time I saw it, I'm like, oh, that's pretty sick. And then I watched it again when I told you about it, because you didn't even know about it. And I was like, wow, it really shows the dynamics of his skating. When you can mimic almost like identically like somebody else's skating when it's not your style. Like, isn't that crazy?
That is interesting.
Like, what if you had to mimic, I don't know, someone else's just farmer skating, and you just went out there and made an edit of like negative acids on kink rails and all this high jumping stuff. And you were like, it's tough.
That'll probably be one of the tougher ones to do.
I had to use an extreme example, but just to show that, like, that it really shows a lot about your skills as a skater, and it was really sick to catch that the second time around.
100%.
Yeah, but that's cool because
thanks for that question, Dave, because that was a real question. I've been getting a lot of I like questions like that because I get a lot of people like, yo, what's up with the skate? I got to answer everyone individually. It's like
I don't even think I asked you about that. I think you told me that you gave him to Justin, but I never asked you anything about like how did that happen or anything like that. It just never came up in our. Every time I saw you at that time, I was like, oh, what's up? It's good. I haven't seen you in a while.
My feet are fat now.
By the way, Aaron Hollins, it's McNamara. So you were right.
Oh, I was right. Okay, thank
Shout
God.
out Aaron. He's another guy who's out in Sydney right now.
Okay.
Yeah, he's from the UK, but he's out in Sydney.
Well, I guess I'll ask Dave's question for you. He has.
Okay. There you go.
Okay, for Austin, when and what made you decide to step back from blading? You were highly active for many years, producing online videos, the Truth series with the Kelsos, and promoting your brands constantly. You seemed to disappear for a little while. What the hell is up with that?
Yeah, he's the best.
Yeah,
He has the good questions.
That's good.
He was a really good interviewer.
Never ask how long we've been skating or what setup we have. That's boring.
Do not ask Fish what setup he has. Do not. He'll stab you in the throat.
Yeah, because Austin just posted it today, and it's like, and I'm getting shit on for it.
Are you?
Pretty much.
What do you mean?
People are like, no wheel, only a bearing.
It was funny because I pulled those. I skated with our boy Jeremy today, and I was like, "Oh, Fish is coming. I have his skates." And I opened up the trunk, and Lily saw them, and he goes, "Wow, this is Fish's skate, huh?"
Yeah.
And he just knew right away that was your skate.
So,
but that shows you could kill it in any skate. Right? It doesn't have to be a brand new skate. Yeah, if you haven't seen on our Insta story, Fish's skate, what condition it's in now.
Don't look.
I'll take it down if you want. You could have taken it down.
Nah.
But yeah, so I was active for a long time, and that goes down to what we were talking about before with the photo and video thing. I guess I just always had the access to, if I needed clips or something, okay, I would go out. I have the camera. I would just be like, here, hand to someone, film me, do this. For photos, it was the same way. Me and you used to do that all the time. We used to. When we used to go like night missions and stuff, through Brooklyn and stuff. Remember, I used to like, even though you didn't know about photography, I would set up all the lights and hand you the camera and be like, okay, be right here and just take the picture. Yes. And you know skating, so you know when to take the picture.
When, exactly.
Yeah, so I was doing that for like a long time, many years. And just, I guess a lot of years of that wears you out. And I remember after we made The Truth 2, I just remember being like, I'm not lugging my camera bag around anymore. I'm gonna like strictly skate for fun again. I didn't want to. We would skate around the city all the time. Like we didn't have cars and shit back then. I had a big ass camera bag with like my DVX in it, with the fisheye, with the 5D or whatever it was, the 40D at the time, with all the lenses, the lights. It was a heavy ass bag,
the
like
bag
50,
is
60
like
pounds.
From your head to like past, like down to your knees.
So like I was doing it for a long time because I was really, excited and passionate about photography and skating and getting promoting us, all of us, our whole crew, whatever it is. But I would get to spots sometimes and not be able to skate a spot because my back would hurt from carrying a bag around, or my legs would hurt because I'm pushing extra weight. Like I'm pushing an extra 70 pounds on me, 60 pounds on me when my body's only built to carry, so much weight. So it was literally preventing me from personally skating myself. And it was like hurting my body when I wasn't even getting a chance to actually do the skating to hurt my body. You know what I'm saying? So I remember after many years of that, I'm like, all right, I'm going to finish The Truth and I'm going to take a break for a while. And that's what I did. And I like fucking loved it. I was skating all over the place, but you just weren't seeing it because I didn't have my camera or whatever it was. So the only time I had clips and videos or pictures is if somebody else was out. And like now I take out the camera. I've been taking it out over the years, this and that. If I'm driving, I'll obviously bring the camera bag. But that was the main thing. I didn't really step back from skating. I guess the exposure of me skating fell off for that reason.
So was there never a break? Was there never like...
No, there was never. I never took like time off skating at all. I skated all the time.
Was there ever like a lapse in the like, when you fell in love, like I'm falling a little out of love right now. Was there anything like that?
I definitely never fell out of love with skating. No,
it's been never a hiccup.
No,
that's awesome.
I've always been skating. The only times I've ever stopped skating is if I was hurt, or maybe like that stint when I was working like 60 hours a week and couldn't really skate that much, or this winter when it was cold and snowy and I couldn't skate. We had no parks or anything like that. So I
guess it's just tough to be as active in that way where you're like covering it all the time.
Yeah, well, that's what it was. We would go to spots also. Say it would be like a session, me, you, Franco, whoever it is, the Kelsos, whatever it is. We would go and everyone would be lacing tricks. I'm like, oh, I have to like film this, So I would film like, oh, you're doing something, I'll film you. Oh, you're doing something, I got to film that. And before you know it, the session's over, and I've just been behind the camera the whole time.
Right.
So I'm not motivated to skate by myself because everyone's beat by that point. So it was like that for years, but for many years I didn't care about that because I was just so into it, and it just took a toll on me. So after Truth 2, we backed off for a little bit. So I never fell out. I just kind of I left my camera at home for like a year or so after that.
Yeah.
And then I think after when I moved to like Arizona or something like that, I filmed a lot more because it was like fresh, new environment, stuff like that. So I was filming a lot more then. And and now to this day, we're still trying to film stuff here and there. But now it's more when you only skate like that time we were still skating like 5 days a week maybe by that point. I was still like 18 at that time, 19. But now if you have like 1 to 2 days to skate a week, it's frustrating to be like, oh, we need to get clips and this and that. Like you more just want to enjoy it for what it is rather than having to put content out just because,
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to.
I get that. Because at least for me personally,
you get frustrated too when it's like 1 day.
No, dude, not even to like go off yours because that's your question. But I did have a break because I had like a really bad shoulder injury,
right?
And I couldn't skate without dislocating my shoulder for like.
You've had many bad injuries over the years, skating and non-skating related, but
yeah. But like it was like really like every time I went out skating, I would dislocate my shoulder. It would be extremely painful. It was like a violent. I was like, ah, like it was very painful.
Yeah.
And so it got to the point where I was like, I just guess I can't do this anymore. And then I stopped doing it for like a year and a half. And then Miguel came out.
That long? A year and a half?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know it was that long. That's a long time to cut back.
Because I was like, I can't. I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, because I literally, if like, it wasn't even like it didn't have to be like the craziness of the trick or the whatever I could do it on something so small, like skating up. It was just the way I reached. Yeah. Like if I just reached out or stretched out this way, it would dislocate. Yeah. So it was. I was like this. I tried so many. It happened like 100 times. Like I was like no exaggeration. Like one. Like because I would keep. I'd be like maybe if I wait 2-3 weeks or if I do these exercises and I'll do these exercises and then boom, I'd have like one good session. I'd be like okay, cool. I didn't dislocate it. Next session dislocated, be extremely painful. I was like it was. Like, the most frustrating. So I was like, I can't do this. So yeah, it was like a year and a half. And then Miguel used to come out and be like, come on, let's go skate. And I'd be like, oh, dude, I no, I can't. And then he'd be like, come on, just come on. And so I think like he ended up after the first few times he would come to LA from Tehachapi, I would just be like, nope, I can't. Like, and then he'd end up going by himself skating or with someone else, like whoever he could find. And then eventually, like, after multiple times of him trying to convince me, I ended up going, and I had a good session here. And I was like, okay, good. Had a good session there. And then, like, I don't know, maybe it was the taking a year and a half off on my shoulder, but it hasn't happened since. And my shoulders, it's still weird, but it doesn't dislocate anymore. Yeah. So, like, maybe I needed that time to let it, like, you've had a few
significant breaks, I guess, because your ankles, too. That was... I don't know, 6 or 7 months, maybe more. I don't know how.
Oh yeah, no, that was like I had like a year.
Yeah,
off
that was a long time.
But the point of that story was I wasn't trying to steal you, but the point is, I understand what you're saying when it comes to filming because when I was skating again, I was able to do it again. I was like, oh, this, I miss this. I miss a backside on a quarter pipe. I miss a fish brain stall, like whatever, just like the simple things. Yeah, like I was like, I missed that. Yeah. And then when I started getting like okay to go again, Miguel would be like, come on, let's get this trick. And I'd be like, okay, now I would get this stress, and then I'd fall. And I'd be like, come on, we got to land it. I'm like, I don't like this part.
It's a different feel
anymore.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, stop. Yeah. Like, and so that's why it was getting frustrating to me at that point because that had been so much of my life in skating. Like, let's get this fucking trick. And yeah. So much stress, but you feed off of it, right? And I was just at the point where I was like, no, I don't like this anymore. Like, I'll do it with you or someone or Miguel or someone who I'm comfortable with. But generally, that's not. I'm just at an age where I just don't get that same. I don't need that to get the joy out of it. I get the joy. I get the joy out of it from just doing it. Just doing it.
Just the purity of having them on your feet and rolling around. It's fun enough. Yeah. Like it gets to the point where if you have fun and just don't get hurt, you have a successful day. Yeah.
That's it. Like it's just like, oh, cool. Like this is just now a medium because it's been so many different things for me in my life. But now it's like, oh, this is just a medium for me to keep in touch with my oldest friends and to have a healthy activity to participate in with them, share a laugh, and just like, maintain, just hold that little piece of your youth that is just so important to hold as an adult, Yeah. Because otherwise you're boring. You suck. Like, right? I don't know. Like,
all right. So Dave's second question for you is, a lot of people don't even know this, but he's asking what happened with Seba. They flew you out for Summer Clash. Was there any talk of you getting on the team or anything progressing with them?
Yeah.
Explain that for people because people are probably like, what, you with Seba, huh?
That was interesting. That was really interesting. What had happened was I think I saw a pair like CJ skating them, and I was like, damn, they look good.
This is after you retired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And I saw them. I was like, damn, they look good. You know,
Mhm.
I thought they were just like some good looking skates, and I still think that. And
Yeah.
I was speaking to Anthony Finocario, and
Okay.
he was the one who was I think, I don't know if he does it anymore, but he was like the one managing the team there.
Right.
I was like, dude, do you think I can get a pair? And he's like, yeah, cool. So he sent a pair. I was skating them. I really liked them, and I was like, it wasn't that long after I put out that SSM edit.
Yeah.
It was like less than a year. So
Mhm.
I was still relevant in
Right.
the active pro thing at the moment. And I was like,
You still had some pull. Yes.
yeah, there was still pull there. And I was like, hey, Anthony, I'm skating the skates. I really like the skates. I've never been to Summer Clash. I want to go to Roskilde again one more time.
Mhm. So that's when you went.
And I was
Okay.
like, is there a chance if that Saba would want to throw in or cover my ticket or split a ticket with getting me out to Europe for that, and in exchange I'll compete in the Summer Clash with the skates.
Mhm.
I'll get footage along the
so
way.
you pitched it to them.
Yeah, I'll get footage along the way in Berlin and these other things. I'll shoot with people, and also I'll skate at Roskilde.
Mhm.
And he was like, okay, cool. Let me see what I can do. Ended up getting like $900 for a ticket, and
Mhm.
like the ticket was like $1,300,
Mhm.
and so I was like, cool.
Expensive ticket.
And it was summertime, like couple weeks before,
Yeah.
and so I was like, cool, and I did it, and I skated at Summer Clash. I actually got some clips that I liked, but some of them I saw, some of them I didn't, and I skated street in Berlin, and I skated that like gap to ledge. I gap to fish braid,
Mhm.
like with the same skate, which I'm pretty stoked on. I don't know if
Right.
you've been there. It's like this like little
No,
famous gap to ledge
I never skated
that
Berlin.
Nils backslid. That ledge is friggin' hard. Man. It's like here and far. And
Right.
so I was like, I got a couple clips there, and then I did compete in Roskilde, but my performance just sucked. At that
Mhm.
point, I was like, I was like 8 days in a row skating, and I was like
Mhm.
tired, and
Yeah.
I think I was drinking a bunch of beer,
Right.
and I was just like that. I was skating good at Summer Clash. I skated good street, and when I got to Roskilde, I sucked. But but at the end of the day, I did everything I said I would do. I was
Yeah.
like, I'll skate this, I'll skate that,
Mhm.
I'll shoot photos, and they were like, cool. And
There was
did
no
it.
like real commitment to riding the skates.
Yeah,
Post
no,
this trip.
no. And then after that, they didn't reach out to me. I didn't reach out to them.
Oh really?
That was
just-
that was it. Like
So
that.
that's like I didn't even know that.
That was it. If they would have been like, yo, you want to do something, skate here or that, or
Yeah.
like, sure, like
Yeah.
But they were like, cool, and I was like, cool.
Yeah.
That was it. That was the whole thing.
That's weird. I didn't know that part of the
Yeah.
story.
It's a funny little story.
Yeah. So people that know you were riding Sabres for a while. I guess people in Europe might
Yeah.
have known.
Yeah, I mean, oh no, I'll be honest, and I wasn't fully honest. I'll be fully honest. At the end, like we were like skating around. Some like little kid was like had like some crappy skates, and it was like my last day in Europe, and I was like, yo, here. And I
Oh, you just gave
yeah, I
him
just gave it to him. I was like, here you go. And but I didn't want to say that because I don't want to piss Anthony off.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just like, here you go. And he
Yeah.
was like, cool. And I was like, all right, sweet.
That's
and
good. You
and
got
then I
some-
just
you
went
got-
to America. And
You
that
got
was
some
it.
kid hyped on
Yeah.
skating and
I
Sabres.
mean,
You gave a kid
yeah.
a free pair of like $500 skates.
Yeah.
That was like the most expensive skates ever.
yeah, I mean, to be honest, that trip was a bunch of different emotions too.
Mhm.
I'm an emotional person by
Mhm.
nature, so like I was just like, that trip, I was like, oh man, I'm missing this, but I'm also it was a realization that this is over. I'm too old for this.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It was like,
Well, you also went straight to like tour. It wasn't like they gave you skates and you were
Yeah.
they're like, okay, you have like summer time to film something.
No, yeah,
at your
but
own pace.
I had done the tours for like years and I loved it. Like,
Yeah.
going out, sleeping on floors, partying, getting drunk, all good.
Yeah.
And there was just like this one, I was just like, it was really fun, but I was just like, this part is over.
Yeah.
Like it was just like an obvious, you're too old.
Yeah.
And this is so that was kind of like part of also, without being too deep, I was like symbolically like, I'm going to leave my skates here.
Right.
Like, and that's it. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But
Do what you got to do.
yeah. So I was like, I'm going to go face the other, a new life now. Yeah.
Right.
So that was
Then
it.
you just went back to riding whatever skates you were riding before, whatever that was. SSMs maybe or something.
Whatever.
Whatever it was.
Yeah, whatever I found.
And he was
I
like,
don't know. Yeah, that was it. Yeah. But okay. And Dave, thanks for the really good questions. We got one more from you for Austin. Is there any chance we're going to see a full street part from you? Mike Torres cross with Austin Paz would be legit. I agree.
Well, that goes with kind of what we were talking about before with filming.
You're over.
I have no, I'm not over. It just comes down to like one of those things where it does feel nice to film street and get your clips, whatever. It's very satisfying at the end of the day. It's like, oh, I got like 2 or 3 clips, whatever it is. It's a lot of work.
Yep.
I'm not against filming something. Like Torres is always making videos and shit. That'd be cool to have like a part in one of his videos. But he, for a long time, almost the whole time up until like this year, while he was in New York, me and him had opposite schedules. He was working. He had a Monday through Friday 9-to-5 job, and I was shooting weddings on the weekend, so I would only work Saturday, Sunday. He would work Monday through Friday, and I would never see him pretty much.
That sucks.
So like for the first few, like 2 or 3 years that he was here, whatever it was, I barely even saw him for that reason alone. But now that he's taken, like his career's taken a different, gone down a different path, we are more available. We skate a little more often here or there. It seems like I filmed like a clip for like the Alex thing. I don't even know if you noticed. You didn't see it seconds. There's a little montage. Part. Yeah, homie part, whatever. So I have a clip in there, but it comes down to like hunting down spots and looking for shit. And when you only have that 1 or 2 days to skate a week, it's I don't know. For me personally, it's hard to commit to doing that because so many times I've been with these guys where they would be like, oh, we have a spot here, a spot there, whatever it is. You go, you get kicked out. Next spot, you get kicked out. Next spot, you get kicked out. And then by the end of the day, you don't even skate, you know? Yeah. And if I'm not die hard trying to film for something, I'm not going to waste my time doing that. I could just go skate somewhere I know I'm going to be able to skate, even if it is like a regular ledge. Like
it's tough.
I almost rather go skate a regular ledge knowing that I'm not going to get kicked out. I'm going to have fun, whatever it is, than jump around spot to spot, ride my bike all over the city, drive around, sit in traffic for an hour, and then it turns out you don't even skate the whole day, Because that's happened too many times, and I'm like, I'm over it. I just got a bad taste in my mouth. But those days when you do go out and you do film, and I've gone out a couple times with Torres, and I got on like a clip or two, and it felt really good. And I'm like, damn, let's keep doing this. And then it just dies out. We don't necessarily live close to each other.
It's tough in Manhattan. I went out with him once. I was like, why?
Oh, did you?
Why are we even doing this?
Last time I went to him was Midtown too, and I'm like, why did you choose Midtown? And I'm like,
it seems to me like at this point, and I don't mean to sound in whatever way, but it seems like the best way to get those parts done is just to take a trip. Yeah. You take like a 1 week trip somewhere, 1.5 week trip, and like you're there to skate. Yeah. And you're there to do that.
The last few times I filmed something was like that. It seems
that's the best way to get it done. Like getting stuff done around town when people got like opposing schedules. Like it's tough to meet up. New York is a tough place to like sit in a car and film. It's a tough place to film any other way. There's challenges in place. So I'm like,
in my personal experience, the best way lately for the past few years of us getting clips in New York is riding bikes around the city. Yeah. You ride bikes around. It's the best way to get around the city. Mm-hmm. You cover a lot of ground. Yep. It's not hard on your legs. You're not skating from spot to spot. You're on the bike. It's a lot easier. Yeah, you're warmed up when you get to a spot. So as long as you don't get kicked out, it's pretty legit. But same case, if like I'm going out to film, like I'm still riding the bike with my camera bag on plus my skates hanging. Like it's a lot of work, especially when it's like 90 degrees and full humidity. Anybody who's been to New York in the summer knows how that is. Yeah, it kills you. Oh yeah. So it's a lot of work, and I don't want to sound like a grumpy old man or anything like that, but sometimes just want to go out and have fun and go out to the bar afterwards, have like a nice meal, and that's it.
I mean, dude, you filmed so many parts. Like if you could squeeze the other in, great.
I would love to do that too. Maybe I have to wait till we travel again to go somewhere to film something. I'm not against that at all. We plan to do a lot of trips in the next few months anyway, so maybe we'll get something else going, or at least some sort of video edit going.
Well, you know what? Do this. Make a VOD pre-order, $10 a piece.
Pre-order.
Tell them when you get it to 1,000, you'll go out and film a part.
That'd be cool. Imagine that someone got to pull that off. Someone had as much.
Be like, look. I'm only gonna film a part when you get to 1,000. That's it.
Give me the money first. I promise you, something good's gonna come.
No, I'm just kidding.
People don't want to see me skate that badly. Trust me.
I'd pay, but maybe you might be right.
Yeah. We're gonna open it up if anyone else has questions to.
Quick. I'm sorry. I do have a couple more from Sam DeAngelis.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Can we address these?
Yeah, go ahead.
Shout out Sam DeAngelis.
Shout out.
Okay, he said, and he inquired, wanting to know. Well, he wanted to know where we met.
Where we met.
Right?
Do you remember when we met? I don't remember.
My earliest memory is McDonald Park you showed up.
Do you physically remember?
I remember seeing you and little Sal come into the park at like just jump the 3 stairs.
Yeah, in front.
Like 360s with like backpacks on, and I was like, "Whoa, who are these kids?" And they were like, "Oh, those are the little kids."
The little kids.
That's little Austin and little Sal. And like Frank was like, "Oh, it's little Austin, little Sal."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, okay." And you guys like sessioned the 3 stair.
Yeah,
for a
probably.
bit. And then
I remember learning 5s and stuff on the 3 stair.
You were sessioning the 3 stair, and then you were sessioning the benches. So I don't know. You might have been 9 or 10, 11. I have no idea.
Yeah,
My concept of time is so.
I was probably a little older than that. I was probably like 11, 12 maybe.
Maybe 11,
like
12. You just at this point. When I think back of how small, I just, I'm just like, damn, you guys are really like little guys.
Because that's what everybody from back in the day in New York probably like pictures me like that. Because I was always the youngest kid, but it wasn't just I was the youngest kid. I was like a little kid. Like, how old? You're 4 years older than me. How old are you?
You're 30, right?
I'm 30.
I'm 34.
34. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
our birthday around the same time. So yeah, you're 4 years older than me. So when you're 13 or 14, I'm fucking 9.
Exactly.
So it's just like, that's a huge difference.
So, I might have been like 14, 15 at most, and you were like 10, 11.
And when you're 14, 15, you don't want to like hang out with a 10-year-old.
Yeah. No, we weren't like, yo, let's
I'm
hang
not even saying
out.
it just like that, but just to put the perspective in.
No,
like,
totally.
That's such a huge difference,
Yeah.
No one in like junior high school is hanging out with like an elementary school
kid. At that
kid
point,
or like
we were trying to make out with girls and stuff.
I wasn't even up to that yet.
You weren't even there. Exactly. So, yeah, that's my earliest memory. Do you?
I remember skating with you and Dustin at like Rail City downtown one time. I actually have it on tape. Like I recorded it. I think you had like the RBs then, like the Swindler era or something like that.
Was there too?
Was he?
And
no,
Sean
Gabe
Cullen?
wasn't there. No, it was a different time.
Okay.
I don't know. It was just one of those random like downtown sessions, and you two showed up, and that was like the first time that I remember skating with you.
Being like,
yeah, and that still wasn't even like nowhere near as like long ago as what the memories that you just mentioned.
Yeah.
But we didn't start actually hanging out with each other until we started maybe filming for one nature video, maybe around that time.
Yeah, it was
probably
around that.
like 2002, 3.
Yeah, it was around
something
that.
like that.
Mm-hmm. That's when we started like formally.
Yeah, because we were skating. However, we ended up doing that. I guess we ended up skating together.
Yeah. I think Franco was a big proponent of that.
Yeah. And Franco is like one of my oldest friends.
Yeah.
I still think even to this day, like, because I do remember like hanging out with him, like skating together with him. Like we were friends when I started when I was like 8 or 9.
Right.
So to think back to.
You were buddies with John. John Soto was closer to your age.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Well, he was still like with like the older kids and stuff too, but
he was still like in your like.
Yeah, I had like my
maybe.
brother who like was older than me. Also, my
Yeah.
brother was like 7 years older than me, so he
Right.
was hanging out with older kids who probably knew somebody at that time, and I skated with the older group of kids, and I guess that bridged the gap.
Yeah,
between it.
One of those.
And we've been inseparable ever since.
That's it.
Does Sam have any other?
Yeah,
question?
just one more.
Or anyone else?
This is a pretty broad question, and I hope you can answer it. I still have to think about it. Sam wants to know the craziest trick that you've ever seen and who did it and where was it?
I think I know that answer without thinking too deep into it, which is probably your stadium gap.
Really?
Right? That's pretty fucking nuts.
All right.
I'll put the clip over this in the edit, but yeah, when it was in the Mind Game video.
Yeah.
Yeah. I put like just a straight raw clip on YouTube because it was so crazy and we felt like it was overlooked from the editing in the Mind Game video.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was this big double set that we used to skate all the time with like down ledges and down rails. It was like 13 flat 15 or something like that.
Yeah.
And the story about that from what I remember was that you went skydiving during that time.
Yep.
And you were so hyped on skydiving.
My adrenaline was pumping for like 5 days.
Yeah, 5 days.
Sick. Yeah.
I remember like you went like a couple of times, right?
Yeah.
So like I guess one of the last times that you went, you were like, I'm so hyped I could do anything right now. It's like tomorrow we're going to stadium. I'm doing that gap. I was like, oh, okay.
You're like, sure.
Brought the camera and you legit. I don't remember anything else happening that day. Yeah. You might have just went there and just straight.
I went all the way back to the street after trying a couple jumps, and I was like, "Yo, you ready?"
Yeah, but I'm saying like there was no real like warm up or it wasn't a session. Like we straight did that, and you fucking just did that.
Business. Yeah.
You were so hyped from skydiving that you just decided to do that, and that wasn't even first try. That you clipped the first time.
Yeah.
And survived somehow.
Well, I didn't try.
So much shit could have went wrong.
I didn't try to jump into it at first. I tried to jump to the flat first, which was a
which is
horrible
worse.
idea.
So you overjumped that.
I know.
Then.
I overjumped the flat and I like landed in the.
Yeah, like your H block hit the knuckle on it, which was
yeah. And I was like, oh shit! I was like, just go as fast as you can now.
Yeah.
Blasted and
yeah, but so many things could have went wrong from hitting the knuckle on that.
Yeah.
And especially since it's sideways, it's not a straight ledge, so you like the weight is uneven too.
Totally.
But you just, I guess we're going so fast, you just rolled away from that.
I was at the age where my reflexes were more cat-like.
Yeah.
That same thing would have happened like
that spot was like your bitch at that time too. So like that was like, you were just like,
Alex Brasco told me to stop skating that spot.
Because it's too much shit.
No, I think he's just like a spot snob a bit. Like, where he's just, not a snob, but he's just like, he's very methodical and thought out about where he skates. Yeah. And I was just like, I'll go there again.
Yeah.
Like,
But, yeah.
And he was like,
when you get so hyped on
he was like, dude, can you stop skating that spot? And I was like, okay, man. I'm sorry, I made me feel bad. But I knew he was right.
Yeah. What we did, I guess after that, we probably didn't really skate it much afterwards because like, come on. Like, what's going on after
anyway.
That?
It sucks. It's
we went back there recently.
It's a big, scary spot.
We went back there recently and it's like, I guess it's been so long since people skated it. There's no more wax left on the ledges, nothing like that. You probably still could skate it, but like, do you really want
that spot looks like I Am Legend. Like, you know what I mean? It looks like that's it.
That's funny. We went back and I did like the roll-in jump. Remember that?
Yeah. I can't believe that.
I was like, we used to do the roll, jump the flat to roll on the side where there's nothing in the middle.
That'll never not be scary.
Never. I just wanted to do it. I'm like, we used to do this as a warm-up. Just for fun doing it. And I remember doing that for like legit. I remember doing that for like, and I think Jeremy Berrios in the chat. He might be able to confirm this, but I remember doing that gap for like $1.62 or something like that. Cause I remember.
Wait, what?
Okay. So I was skating that spot. I don't know who I was with, but our boy Jeremy and maybe like, I don't know, Sal or Anton or something like that was passing by going to the city. At that time, they were like not really skating. They were going to the city to fucking drink or whatever it was. Right. And they decided to watch us skate before they hopped on the ferry. And they're like, yo, do this, that, whatever. I'm like, what's in it for me? And they pull out like the change out their pockets. Like we have like $1.60 something. And I was like, all right, word. And I did it for like $1.60, whatever. No. I was like, all right, cool. I could get like a soda and like a bag of chips or something like that,
hilarious.
But it just bothered me that we used to warm up for that. And I was scared to do it then. That's the only reason why I had to do it. And I like bitched out on it a couple of times too. And I was like, fuck, I'm just going to run up there and just do it. And that was the only way you're going to do it, Yeah. And then you were like scared halfway through when I jumped it. Yeah. Because like you didn't think I was going to make it, whatever. Well, or like I pushed too hard or something.
You jumped early, I think.
Yeah, I jumped early. That's what it was.
Because you were too scared. You were like, you jumped like halfway up and I was like, I hope he makes it. And then you made it.
But after like I did it was such a rush. I was like, oh shit, I missed that feeling.
Oh yeah.
And he said gap to back torque. I might have gapped to grind the ledge or something. For all the dollars I had in my pocket. Yeah, I might have done something like that. Either way, we were crazy kids.
Yeah.
Can you think of to answer Sam's question?
Yeah. No, in the midst of you talking about it, I just thought about mine. No doubt. And this is going to seem biased. Like you say it's me and I say it's Franco.
Okay.
The gap to topsoul he did on.
Oh, shit.
Dude.
Yeah. I just skated that last week.
Were you there for that?
Yeah, I filmed it. I filmed the fisheye one.
Okay, so it was us, the Brown Brothers, and Franco.
Okay, so people who don't know, it's from, I think, Freestyle Rolling. It's like the first trick in the intro. Frank is filmed fisheye. I filmed the fisheye.
Dude.
Gap to topsoul on a down.
Okay, but just
paint the picture for that.
Okay, yeah, because you were there.
I was there.
The atmosphere.
That was wild.
The atmosphere. Like, it was like, okay, it was like literally we were filming for the B-Nick video. We were like hyped because like the B-Nick guys were like, yo, we're going to make you famous from fucking rollerblading. And we were like, oh, sick. All right, cool.
This kind of works out because people asked about like B-Unique stories. So this is one story that we'll talk about.
Be like, oh, cool. That works for us. That's all we want to do anyway. So they came to stadium first. And I think it started off, we went there.
Was that the same day you did all that shit?
The 5.
And you gapped to Farfet.
And they gapped to Farfenugan.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So I had like the big B-Unique shirt on, big gray sweatpants.
Yeah. So that was also in your section of freestyle rolling too. You rolled
so we went
flat
there,
5 and rolled disaster
flat 5, which was...
I didn't realize that was the same day.
And then went to Farfenugan, right? And so I was like, okay, yeah. I'm like, I'm stoked. Like, let's go to other spots around here. So we're like thinking this is hammered time. Like it was the era of hammers. So we're just like, oh, cool. Let's just go here. There's a sick gap trail. Someone go to... and we just went there. And first of all, like, it's a mind trip because the fence is low at the bottom. So when you're going at it, like, you think like you're gonna hit the fence, but you're not gonna.
Yeah.
And it's about like 8 or 9 stairs flat, and like 9 or 10
super steep,
and it's steep.
Yeah.
Right. So like,
and the approach isn't straight. It's you can't tell from the footage, but it's like straight. You have to turn and then go.
Right.
So that's also what fucks with you. So you can't skate straight up to it.
Right.
You have to do it as swivel while you're going top speed to try to jump it,
dude.
And also, go on. Yeah.
It's so it's everything about it sucks. Like you got to like carve at it. You got to like get all this speed. You have to go super duper fast, like, to get just to the top of it. But if you overshoot it because of its steepness, or if you undershoot it, you're finished. If you overshoot it, you're also finished. Yeah. Like, you have to go. There's a good chance you would clear the whole fast, and you have to get straight, but just float to it just right. And we have. Everyone who has a good relationship with Franco knows he has like he has balls of steel, right? But he has eaten some of the. He's
not scared of getting hurt.
He's eaten some of the worst shit we've ever seen.
And we're scared of him getting hurt.
We're because he's such a tough guy skater. We're just like, oh my god, dude, please. And he went there. He was like, I'm gonna do this. And I was like, Franco, just like, you sure? And he was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. You guys ready? Everyone's ready.
He just took
and then
off.
he went like all the way to the street. And I'm just sitting there. I'd never been so nervous to watch someone do a trick ever. Still, like, before or after, never. And then he's like, "You guys ready?" And we're like, "Shit, dude, yeah, you ready?" Like, it was like no time, like no warming. No, and then he just like starts skating as fast, like dangerously fast at it. I'm like, "Oh my god, what the fuck?" And then just like right before, he's like, "Ah!" Like, he just screams, and I was like, "Holy shit!" And I didn't even want to look. I was like, "I'm not looking at this because he's gonna get hurt." And then like right after he jumped, I looked. Like, after he jumped, I looked, and it just bink, laced it perfect, and I was
hyped.
It was the most hype incident.
And so for my angle, I was filming a fisheye from the middle of the set, so I couldn't see like the run-up part really. And I remember in the raw footage, which I probably don't have anymore, but I think you could tell in the video, in the edit, because like it fades into that clip. You hear you screaming, he's coming or something like that, because I wasn't even ready, and I was like, huh? And I like put the camera out. I had no time to think, and he's like, zoom right away.
He didn't even wait.
Yeah,
it was the crazy.
And if I remember,
craziest thing.
If I remember correctly, he wasn't on Unique at the time, and that was kind of his like, hey guys, look at me moment.
Oh it wasn't on, right? He wasn't on, and it was that hey kind of look at me moment. And then right after he landed that, they're like, you're on.
Yeah. Because he wanted to be on Be Unique. Right. You were on, I was on, like all these other people were on.
That's right.
And
he felt excluded.
Yeah, so that was
and then he did that, and he was himself. Like, fuck you.
Yeah, which is the craziest shit ever.
Awesome.
That was like one of the cleanest tricks too. He landed perfect, rolled away.
That was one of the best moments.
Yeah, that scream too.
That was like, I can't, like, that moment's going to live in his head forever. Yeah. Like, and mine too. That was yours
I
too.
skated there like last week too.
Every time I ride my bike past there, I stop.
Yeah, because
every time.
Wow.
I stopped by there like a month ago. Yeah. And I just stood. Every time I was like,
how?
This guy. I was like, I can't believe that. Like, so yeah, that's mine.
That's crazy because I wouldn't have thought of that, but thinking back on that, that's crazy.
Now he takes
because no, I mean I don't think he takes it, but like it is one of those moments. I guess the Franco aspect changes a lot because he's just like a scary guy to watch. You know,
so much
because he does so much crazy
intensity
shit. But
in it.
Yeah,
he's
wow,
a very intense person.
I remember like when it came around that time when I said I stopped bringing the camera on, whatever. I've been filming him for many, 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 many years. Yeah. So like when you're behind the camera, it's a little different. I remember like I don't remember exactly where it was. I just remember the feeling. The first time I watched him do a hammer when I wasn't filming him made it like 10 times scarier because when you're filming, you're like behind it. You're trying to frame it. You're like focused on that. Right. When you're watching in person, you're like, holy shit, is he going to do it? Is he going to get hurt? Like whatever. And I don't remember the trick. I just remember the feeling of it. Like I'm like, oh, this is so much more scary than film. Like, give me a camera. I want to be filming this right now because it's so scary to watch, you know? And I just remember that feeling of him. And you had to go through that for all those years.
It was always, it wasn't just, it was a lot of ups and downs skating with Franco, but a lot of highs and a lot of lows. But
yeah, that was super hyped day.
Yeah, that was
a good day for clips.
Dude, we had some serious days back in the day.
Yeah, it was crazy. We'll get into more of that stuff later on.
Thanks for the question, Sam. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Sam. There's something I wanted to bring up in a way. I was trying to think of people who didn't get pro skates that might have deserved pro skates Franco could have been one. He had fucking balls of steel and shit like
so.
that. Can you think of anyone? I thought of a good one. Can you think of anyone in particular?
I think Ramel should have got a pro skate.
Really?
Yeah. I think Franco should have got a pro skate. I think Ramel should have got a pro skate. I don't remember. Did Ollie Short ever get one?
Yeah, he had a Rosie's.
Okay, because he definitely should have had multiple.
Yeah, he had the white Rosie's, the M12. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Really?
You didn't know that? Yeah, it was white. M12 had a checkered liner.
That
it was during
his?
like Face the Music days.
Okay,
Yeah, that was
cool.
Ollie Short.
Yeah,
I thought of a really good one.
These kind of questions are...
Can anyone out there think of a person who should have gone a pro skate that didn't? I'm curious to see.
These kind of questions are hard to answer on the spot.
Yeah. This is like... correct me if I'm wrong, but this could be... Like, I don't know how this got overlooked, but has Takeshi ever gotten a pro skate?
I don't think so.
Right? Like, how has Takeshi not have gotten a pro skate?
Well, I could understand how it's been overlooked, though.
I guess you could say Vert wasn't so big, whatever, back then. But
that's why.
Vert was huge when, in like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
He was still a big name back then. How hasn't he gotten a pro skate?
You know, it's
even later on. Now he's still huge.
He's
one of my favorite skaters ever.
It's funny the parallels between skateboarding and blading, because skateboarding actually had that in their early days too. Like Vert was the thing.
Yeah.
You know, and those guys were the rock stars, the Vert skaters, and you know,
I thought that was like kind
Christian
of
Hosoi.
I thought that was always the case.
No, it was like well, it's just when like it was, you know, Christian Hosoi and that guy from Australia that has his podcast. He hates bladers, but and Jason, whatever. I don't know his name, but whatever. So like those guys were all like the main dudes, and when street skating came in, like they became the rock stars, and the Vert became smaller, and it was like that, just on a smaller scale with blading. You know, like you looked at people like Cesar Moore back in the day, and just, you know, Renee Holgreen, and you know all that. Those guys were like friggin' rock stars, man.
Yeah.
You know, and Takeshi.
I remember he was younger at the time, but still, even like Eito and Takeshi both. People are saying that they had K2 skates but never came out. Like I guess they got.
Well, yeah.
I guess they got design skates, but for whatever reason they never came out or something like that. But no official pro skate. I guess like how has sad. Somebody like he was quoted by like, wasn't he quoted by like Dave Muir or something like the best vert skater in any sport?
Yeah, but here's
that's huge.
But it is. But here's the thing. I don't think it was Dave Muir. I think it was somebody else that who was a pro BMXer who said it was the biggest amplitude he ever seen on anyone out of all the sports or something along those lines.
Like, you know, it's big
or
when
use the ramp best.
When you're getting props from the best people in every other sport that hates on you.
But the reason why I can understand that he didn't is because at the time vert skating was very unpopular within the culture of blading, and these are companies. They want to sell skates. That's why they put your name on it, you know. And it's not based on how good you are. Yeah. And that's the thing that I don't think a lot of people realize. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Yes, being good gets you in a position to where
being marketable
you can
also
show your personality and show who you are and kind of create a following in that way. But
I always felt he was just big on a different level. Like, he just wasn't in the same scope as like pros like yourself and whoever else, you know. But like
what do you
DL.
think? Do you think he would have, if he got a pro like Razor, do you think it would have sold more than pro Murder skate?
Only thing that would, you know, change that, I guess, would be like, I'm sure he would want like a more, I guess this comes to what you were saying before, it would be a more vert heavy skate, like maybe bigger wheels, taller frame, maybe something like that. But nowadays that would work. Everyone's skating like now USD or whoever he's riding for. How don't you have these guys on pro skates?
And you know what? Also, USD, if he does skate for them, they have the means to make smaller runs. Right. So they wouldn't have to commit to.
I think he rides
a company that say has to make 2,000 of a new mold in order to justify making a pro skate. They'd be able to do like 250 runs. So yeah, I don't know why, but
I feel like he's like the best. I don't know if you follow him now. I
do.
Shreds park, vert, street.
I've been seeing everything.
His park skating is unreal. Like I almost rather see him skate a park rather than a vert.
He's also a drummer.
He's a sick drummer too, of course. Yeah, he's really sick. Have you ever seen him skate in person?
Yeah,
it's insane. It's like
LG Games in Texas.
Oh yeah, that was the first time I seen him skate. I think he like you watch it on TV and it's crazy because you think it's all the same shit, like we skate, whatever. But to see that shit in person is unreal.
Agreed.
And no matter how much you see it on TV and the videos on YouTube, whatever it is, you'll never grasp the concept of how crazy it is, the stuff they're doing, until you see it in person. Or also until you try to skate a vert yourself.
Right.
We skated a vert the other week at Woodward, and then we were like struggling. We got like a coping trick. We were getting like literally 1 foot of air.
Yeah.
And like Dom was like killing it, and he was getting like 2 feet of air.
Yeah.
And to see, he just like, I stayed at his house like for a few days, and he just runs, drops in, and boom, 10 feet of air off the bat. And it's like so powerful. Like that's a good word to describe, powerful.
Yeah,
it's powerful
totally.
watching him skate. It's crazy. His legs work in a different way. He's like the same height as us, probably, whatever it may be. But he's definitely one of my favorite skaters.
That's sick.
Ever and right now, like to watch. So I would love to see a pro, like a Takeshi pro skate, or Eto and Takeshi. Maybe they could like a 2-piece, like how they had a Sean and Colin release.
That'd be cool.
Maybe. Yeah.
Shout out the Yasutogos.
Yeah, I just don't know how they haven't gotten the recognition they deserved in the skate company. They haven't gotten any pro things. They never had pro wheels, right?
That's arguable though, because they did travel the world and make a lot of money from skating.
Yeah, but how can they not have? It sounds retarded, but like aside from all their gold medals and stuff like that, they have no pro products to show for. It's just a different world, I guess.
Do they not
like
have
we have our pro. Your pro
wheels?
I don't think they do. Could anyone tell us if they ever had? If any of the Yasutogos ever had a pro wheel, a pro frame, pro anything, T-shirt, like I don't think anything ever came out with it.
Takeshi's on Create Pro.
Yeah, did he ever even have a Create frame though? I don't think so. We could be wrong. I don't remember.
Well,
I don't think he's ever had a pro wheel.
If people want it bad enough, campaign for it. That's how you get it done.
I want a campaign.
There you go. Start it up.
If he ever did like watch this, he'd be like, I don't give a fuck. I don't want a pro skate. He's like, I live at a skate park. I got like a camp. I have a shelf full. They have like a gold case full of all their X Games medals and shit like that. Like, I don't need like a pro skate.
They're good.
I feel like that would complete their careers though. Like a pro model, anything.
We'll put out a street part then. Takeshi.
I pitched it to him. Did you know that?
Dom West and Mike Torres need to call him up and just
there you go,
shock
something
the world.
like that. I don't know. I pitched it to him like a year or two ago, something like that. Like I don't want to give it away just in case somehow one day it does show up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I pitched him like filming like a VOD or something like that. Then he started getting back to me, then he didn't. Which means I guess something came up or he wasn't into it and didn't want to say anything. It was too polite to say something.
Yeah.
Oh, Eto had a Celtic Pro frame.
There you go.
Paul Mitchell hair gel. Or yeah, we will be back to having guests next week.
We're always going to be here.
We're going to have guests next week. We're going to try to do maybe like one out of every like 10 episodes or so, have one of just us two.
Yeah.
Even though episode 1 was just us two.
Yeah.
But that was like a tester. That was our pilot. That didn't really count.
Yeah.
That was the pilot episode.
And
we had to get approved first.
We had to.
And,
Exactly. Well,
and we're good.
Thanks for joining us, as always. As always, if you don't already, which I think everyone watching does now, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. You know, our Patreon was really weak last week. We only had one guy. So, you know, if you want to see us, we're talking about getting... We're going to Winter Clash, by the way.
Yeah, we have
we're doing a big show, Winter Clash. We're talking about getting Ryan Jackalone on.
You spilled the beans already, but we have a few few big shows. Not just that.
I didn't know it was a secret.
We have a few big shows in the works. Some traveling, some not. Yeah. So stay tuned for that, everybody. It's going to get real exciting up in here. I hope you guys like the Woodward episode because we're trying to do more shit along those lines. We enjoy traveling. It gets us to access more people that we wouldn't normally be able to have on our show. Different environment too. Right. Other people get to see it like actually live in person, which is pretty cool. We had a good time doing that at Woodward. Energy. Yeah, we had a really good time at Woodward doing that. So stay tuned for more of those episodes. We will be announcing them as the details come in. Yes. And yeah, thank you everyone for joining us. Stitcher, iTunes. We need more YouTube subscribers. Our YouTube subscribers have been slacking lately. Yes. If you haven't already, subscribe to us on YouTube because we're getting like the Instagrams and stuff like that, which are cool. We appreciate everything. Yeah. Our main platform, I guess, is YouTube though, so we should have more heavy on the YouTube side. Yes. Please go and subscribe to our YouTube page. Please give us a subscribe, and we will see you next week. We'll announce next week at the beginning of the week who's going to be on the show.
Yep.
We got to keep you guys in suspense. So thank you all for joining. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Peace.
Bye.